Hey there folks, nearly forgot the volume again. To be fair, I'll be talking about myself for about 20 minutes before anybody would have taken any notice. How are we doing? Stats show a bit busy last week, bit busy this week as well, but trying to squeeze one in. To be fair, a lot of games to be caught up and around the place. I know the Welsh Open was on as well the weekend. I know a lot of people was at it, but a lot of games to be caught up in all leagues, to be fair. There's one or two actually doing very well. Can't remember which ones, but they're doing very well. We'll see it as we go along. Look, I can't stay long. No, this isn't the Sunday fun day. We have a few of them to catch up on as well, to be fair. It won't be this week. We might get around to one this week. We might have an earlier one next week. A bit of a longer tournament, bit of a big one, just to see what's going on, just to see how much interest is around as well. We will have the best of 21 tonight. I might catch the back end of Andrew Kenyon and Barry Bell's one. To be fair, they're supposed to be kicking off at 8 o'clock. I'm kicking off at 9 o'clock myself, so I need to get this out the way, throw a few darts at the board, and see what happens then after that. But it is myself and Simon definitely will be on the stream. Look, I'm going to crack straight into it. There we go. I'm going to start off in the Citrine. I have to pull it up myself. It is Shane Ryan that leads the way. He has 10 games played. Remy is in Australia. He's 9 played. Wayne has 9. He's on 52. Simon has 8 and 46. Barry there in 5th. Andrew Kenyon and Colin. I think Colin is playing there this evening. He's still unbeaten. And William Kirkwood is playing tomorrow evening, I think. Lee Haynes, Craig John, Jeff Matthews, The Storm, William, John Gibson, Laffer, Gary Davies, and myself, top half of the table. To the stats, Remy leads the tons, 104. Andrew Kenyon, 89 with Lee Haynes, myself an 83, Wayne an 81, Shane an 80, Gary and Phil 76 to field, Shane Ryan 46, 140s, Craig John with Remy 38 of them, The Storm 35, loads in behind, and Gary 24, myself and William 23s, 22s the field. The only other one to get a 170 this week was myself, and that was the last to Lee Haynes, to be fair. He threw really well. I threw the, yeah, I'll come back into it. But anyway, 170 thrown this week in there. Simon Dunn leads the 180s. He's 13 of them. The Storm on Peter with 9. Shane with 8. SES 7. Jeff Matthews highest out of 161. Colin with a 160. The Storm 155. Best legs of 11. 4 of them. The Magician, The Storm, Jeff Matthews and Gary Davies. Sorry lads, I forgot to use the marksman and Toothless. Actually, using them there for a second. Board Hacker and Toothless and Shag with 5 ton plus finishes for the season. Simon still leading the way with a 95 average there, 95.68. Shane with a 91.88. William 90.54. Peter with the only other 90.48. Great darts for everybody else though. Super throwing. Sorry, no, try and find it. We're going to go into the Kynite next, and in the Kynite it's Scott Brown that leads the way. 2 games in hand though is Gkt D, but Scott Brown has points in bag. He's on 57. Gkt on 56. Ewan Jones 2 games in hand as well. He's on 53. And Hilton on 46. Good start to the season for him. Darnell looking for games. He's on 44. He's 3 games in hand over Scott. The Wasp is there. The Solver is there. Jeff Wardlock, great start to the season for him. Ryan Richmond, Steve Green, Stephen Anthony Davison still unbeaten, 5 from 5. And Ian Henley is the top half of the table, but very, very closely contested the whole way through. Scott Brown leads the tons with 94. Ryan Richmond on 86. Jeff Wardlock 76. Steve Green 74. Eddie Berger on 73. Gkt leads the 140s with 28. Scott one behind on 27. Helton and Ryan Richmond 25 each, and Ewan Jones with 24. Tony Lloyd still leads the 170s with 4. Darnell with 2. There's 11 in total there. Hilton still leads the 180s. Ewan Jones moving his 180s up into 7. Neil MacDonald on 6, and Scott Brown on 6 as well. Christopher Pratt still the only 170 between the top 2 tiers. Melita Dragos with a 160, Ryan Richmond 152, and Scott with a 144. Ewan Jones the only best leg of 11 in there. The Solver only the 12. Good few 13s. Ryan, Neil, Lee Marsh, Hilton and Darnell. Good darts fellas. Jeff Wardlaw and Scott Brown 3-2 plus finishes between them. The Wasp, Darnell, Melita, Rob Sibic and Stephen Anthony Davison 2 each. Lee Marsh still leads the best average on 88.41. Darnell on 87.58. Ewan Jones 86.98. 85 for Keely with Steve Green, Stephen Anthony Davison and Ian Henley with 82s. 3 of them with 80s. Scott Brown, Hilton and the Silver. Good darts fellas. Even though I'm over and back now, so I can I'll only see a couple of messages now, and again into the Tiger Eye, and it's Lee Refford who leads the way there. 8 wins, 2 losses, 64 points. Jeff Wiley right behind him. He's on 56 game in hand. Vernon Hooman in the green, he's on 55. Ivan Davidara on 53. Stephen Hopkins, good start to the season for him. He's on 50. Erlen Laney on 49. Alan McVicker, 2 games in hand. He's on 48. He can go to 62 with them 2 wins. China on 46. Lewis Roden on 46. Keith O'Connor, Gart Watson and Patrick Leahy. Top half of the day. And congratulations, well, commiserations to Matt Daw for finishing runner-up on Saturday in Wales. And one more, our deepest condolences to the McAlary family on passing there. Our thoughts are with you. I did message James, to be fair, yesterday evening, but thoughts and prayers are with you and your whole family, James. Into the stats, Johnny Mulder leads the ton plus checkouts, 75 of them. He doesn't lead it, he doesn't have 75 of them. He has ton pluses hit, he has 75. Alan McVicker with 71. Mr. McAlary has 68 with Vernon Hooman. 67 for Lee Refford, 64 for Gareth Watson, Jeff Wiley and Mr. McAlary with Keith O'Connor, 22 140s each. Lee Refford with 21, Patrick Leahy with 20, Gareth Watson, look how close that is, 19, 18. Helen Ward with John Smith. Alan McVicker, he was the only one last week. He was the only one for a couple of weeks to have a 170 to his name, but Erlen Linney said he's not getting it his own way. He popped in one. Fair play to him with a 170 in there, moving up that bracket even more, keeping Alan company. He always said he would. Lee Refford has 10 180s. China has 7. Ivan David Dara 4 with 4. Helen, James, John and Matt, fair throwing people. Tiki Taylor with a 152. Patrick Leahy with a 151 there during the week. Good check out. 135 for John O'Toole. Matt Doe with the 127. Alan 122. Helen and John Smith with 120s. Johnny Mulder best leg at 12. Ivan David Darrow with Lee Refford. Only 2 boys with a best leg at 13. 2 14s. John Smith and Alan McVicker. That John Smith 14 came this week in his game. It was Sunday. John O'Toole and Patrick Leahy, 4 ton plus checkers each so far this season. Helen has 3, couple of 2s in behind. John Smith, the best average of 87.18. That came Sunday. Absolutely phenomenal. Lee Refford has an 85.37. Ivadera 84.44 with Johnny Mulder. Exact same average. And the only other 80 is Alan McVicker with 80.07. But good darts, people. Into the Obsidian we go, and it's Kevin McDermott who leads the way there. 65 points. Vinny on a good spread over the last couple of games. He's pushed himself into second on 60. Paul Dryden does have a game in hand. He's on 59 points. He can go to 66. Gary Wilson on 53 points. He's in the green. Todd Cisco, his first league loss there the other day. He's on 52. Dean Watson on 50. Richard Rees, John Middleton, Emmett Leonard, Ronnie Cohen, Mark Ward and Conlett. Top half of the table. Absolutely cracking darts. And Francis Burgraff off the bottom of the table is on 21 points. He's 3 from 3. I'm just putting it out there. He is still unbeaten. He's 3 from 3. He's on 21 points. And he is looking to drive up along that league table. Ton pluses. Vinny O'Brien leads the way on 87. Paul Dryden on 81. Kevin McDermott 79. Con with 71. 68 for Dean Watson. Kevin McDermott with Paul Dryden 25 140s each. Vinny on 22. Gary Wilson on 21. Dean Watson and Ronnie Kerwin on 20 each. 3 170s. Con, Francis and Richard. Fair play to you. Richard Rees leads the 180s with 8. Wayne Baber with 5. Mashola and Mr. Bubble have 4 each, 3 to field. The only other 170 around the place, it is Francis. He has the 170 there. Damien McTall is a 160. Dean Watson with Ronnie Kerwin 152 each, and Con with a 142, 130 to field. Francis the only best leg at 12. Gary Wilson with Kevin have the best legs at 13. Con, Robert, Vinny and Wayne, best legs at 14 and 15 the field. Dean Watson, ton plus finishes for the season. He's got 5 ton plus finishes. Fair play to you. Damien is 3 with Wayne 2 the field. There has been 34 ton plus finishes in the Obsidian so far. Francis at 82, 58, still the best average. Kevin with a 76.82. Vinny O'Brien with a 75.79, pushing himself up along. Gary Wilson pushing up there as well with a 75.15. Con pushing himself up a little bit as well with a 74.53. It's a good week for people around the place. They're all just starting to click into gear and push up their averages. It has been good weeks, good darts. We will go into the Moonstone next. And it's Ken Roach with his first league loss of the season. He's still sitting on top. 6 points separates himself and Bob Myers. 67 to 61. John Rock has 2 games in hand. He can take the out. No, can he? 14. No, he can't. He can go to 61 as well with his 2. Andre Luke McGill is on 47. Arthur Langley is on 47. Daniel Tasker's on 47. Really close field there, to be fair. Terry Thomas 44, Andy Nelson, Mark Wright, Rob Matthew, Jimmy Withers and Nathan Griffin top half of the table. Just outside, 2 points behind is Jody Dukin. Absolutely fantastic. Super throwing. Fair play to the stats. Ken Roach leading the tons, 68. Andy Nelson with 62. Mark Wright with 52. And Andre Luke McGill 47. Ken leads the 140s with 15. Daniel Tasker with 11. Andy Nelson with Nathan Griffin have 10 each. 9s for Arthur and John Rock. 8s for Richard, Kenneth, Jody and Andre Luke McGill. The 170 is still by Kenneth. Fair play to you. Ken Roach leads the 180s with 8. Thomas Keane with 3. Arthur, Jody with 2 each. Couple of ones in behind: Stefan, Nathan, John, Jimmy, Derek McCabe, Daniel Tasker, Bob Myers and Andre Luke McGill. Ken is the highest out with 156. Terry Thomas a good 117. John Rock with Kenneth Boffin 116s each. Jeremy McCabe with 114. Richie Rutherford with a 111. The Father with a 105. Gregory 103 and Arthur Langley the only ton plus checkout left. Straight ton for him. Base leg: Arthur Langley with a 12. Ken Roach with a 13. 2 15s by John Rock and Terry Thomas and a 16 by Andre Luke McGill. Ton pluses: John Rock is 2, Kenneth Boffin is 2, Ken Roach is 3. Couple of ones in behind. Thomas Keane still has the best average with 85.25. Ken Roach with a 74.22. Andre Luke McGill with a 73.51. Good game. That must have been a cracking game. I didn't see it go through, but it's been a busy week. But fair play, 73.51. Good darts. And last but not least, It is the Malcholite. And it's Gary Smith who leads the way. But I'm not joking. He is flying it. 10 played, 9 wins, 1 loss, 67 points his name. Sasha in second on 55. Michael Kavanagh doing well this season. He's on 53. He's got 2 games in hand. He can go to 69 with them 2 wins. He can go to 67. Jesus, my head is all over the place. He can go to 67 as well. Cody is on 52. Brendan Kenny, great season for him so far. He's got 50 points from his opening 8 games. Scotty McKenzie's on 49. He's still unbeaten. Kenny Robertson on 47. Paul Giovanni Nash on 47 as well. Matt on 44. Anfin 42. Martin on 35. Reese Brown in 12th on 34. Great season for him. He's actually nearly surpassed last season's total already. Tony Skerry on 31. Mark Reddish on 31 as well. Michael Robertson and Timo in the playoff places, but right outside Mike Davies. There's a couple of games to play. Alex Barkley, Simon Knowles and Podge, they're all looking to fly up along that table. Gary Smith, 57 tons from his opening 10 games. He's nearly averaging 6 a game. Mike Kavanagh on 42. Sasha on 41. Great season out of Sasha as well. Kenny Robinson on 37. Cody Blair on 35. And Reese Brown on 33. Gary Smith 13, 140s. Michael Kavanagh with 10. Cody with 9. Scotty McKenzie 8. Mark Reddish and Martin D. St. Aubin on 6. 170. Come on, Paul Giovanni Nash, you little dancer. Scotty McKenzie, 4 180s for him. Alex Barkley with 2. Brendan Kenny with 2. Matt Burgon with 2. Anfin, Gary Smith, Kenny Robertson, Mike Van Dies, and Sasha Hall have 180 each. Anfin still has the highest out of 152. Brendan Kenny a good 127. Gary Smith with a 125. Kenny Robertson 117. Reese Brown 115. Couple of ton plus checkouts there in this week. To be fair, Cody Blair with a 110. Michael Robertson with a 108. Super darts. Cody's still the best leg at 16. Kerry Robertson with Sasha 17s. Matt and Scott with 18s. Gary with Martin on 19s. And 20 for Mike Kavanagh, Brendan and Anfin. Brendan has 2 ton plus finishes. Cody has 2 as well. 1 for Anfin, 1 for Gary, 1 for Reese, Michael and Kenny. Those top averages haven't really been, those top 3 that have been there since probably week 2 or week 3 have still been there. Kenny, Gary and Reese, but Michael Kavanagh is starting to flex his muscles there, and Scotty McKenzie the same. Anfin all moving up along their averages from 52s, 53s to 58s and 59s. It is super darts. It is 7:52. I will be back again live about 8:45-ish. We'll try and catch, if it's still on, I'll try and keep an eye on it as well, because I have to actually throw a few darts as the board. I haven't thrown darts in a week. And see, can I take on Simon Dunn and his rightly in form in this best of 21 tournament. So I have to do something. If they're still on, I'll jump live and do the last couple of minutes of their game before I do my own. Hopefully we can start best of double in, double out. I missed the highlight. Did I miss the highlight? Oh, that's my own fault. Sorry, I missed the highlight. I never even opened it. Just 1 second there. Russian and wasting. Painting and decorating. He's a machine. I do apologise, focusing eye into the highlight there now. It's just opening. Is it on to open? There it is. Sorry, no. Alright. Jesus. Sorry, Anthony. Only you wanted it as well. Oh, it's on a separate sheet, that's why. Sorry, lads. That's why that's why I didn't open it. It's on a separate sheet. You can see it there now. Look. There you go. Into the highlight. I do apologise. Is actually Anthony Webster leads the way on 59 points. He's got a game in hand. Joy Hennessy on 56. He's got a game in hand as well over Roland Myers on 56. Jimmy Offensa is on 54. Derek Stone on 54 as well. Judge Briz on 52. James Johnson is on 51. Barry's on 50. Christy Goff on 45. Garl Davies, throw to the row, and Wayne Clark top half of the table. And fair play, because Wayne stood in as well for somebody, and he's just after squeezing in to the top half of the table. Sorry, no. To the tons, Anthony Webster 83 for the season. Derek Stone with 79. Wayne Clark 64. Joy Hennessy 61, and Carl Davies 55. Anthony Webster is 26 tons, ton 40s. Carl Davies with 21, Christy Goff and Jimmy 19, Barry with Joy Hennessy on 18s, and James Johnson with 16. We got 3 170s, Wayne, Roland and Francis. Lee Williams and Wayne Clark 4 180s each. Ronson Brook has 3, and a good few has 2 180s, 37 for the season in there for them. Anthony Webster with Joy Hennessy 152s there. Checkouts there. Didn't want to move across there for me. Carl Davies with a 140, Andrew Seinfeld with a 130, and Harrison Bennett with a 124. Christy Goff, Joy Hennessy best legs at 13, Barry with a best leg of 14, Andrew Lloyd 15, with Carl, Derek, Bronson and Wayne. Good darts, fellas. Anthony Webster 2 ton plus finishes, Carl Davies with 2, Joy Hennessy with 2, and Michael Dalton with 2. Anthony Webster still has that highest best average there of 79.85. Joy Hennessy is a 75.10, Christy Goff 72.51, and Carl Davies 71.95. And the only other 70 plus average in that league was Ronson Brook with a 70.05. I do apologise, folks. That is me. I need to. Where are we? There we are. Takes me a minute when I'm away from the live to try and get used to all the buttons and where I am again and stuff like that. Thanks, Anthony. Just because you're at the top of the table. That's the only reason why I'm forgiven. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely, stats are flying through. The games have actually been steady enough. Top couple of leagues have been poor enough, to be fair, to get games done. But we do know the Welsh Open was on the weekend and stuff like that, and there was a lot of people away the weekend, a lot of communions and stuff like that around the country as well. So look, we do understand. Try and get as many caught up though. So I didn't even want to comment on it. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm tired enough. I'll see you later, folks. I'll be on later. I'll keep an eye on Barry's and Andrew's game, and I have to throw a few darts at the board. See you later. For 8:45ish.